Hello everybody and welcome back to the Bayonetta 2 walkthrough. It's time, thank God, for the final part of the tag climax bits of the extras. Oh, I can't believe we're finally here. This feels good. So, we have 2 and 1 verse rounds of tag climax to play through today. And finally I realised that if I want to win consistently in my tag climax rounds, I just need to give my kind of partner the Kafka weapon, or as it is for Jeanne, Samsa. Because as I said before, Jeanne has different names for all of her weapons, something which I will try to cover when we go into part 35. Which isn't going to be part 35 for you guys, it's going to be extras part something ridiculous. Because in total we're probably going to be kind of, in terms of part numbers, half the game is going to be the main story and half of it is going to be blooming extras. That is how much Bayonetta 2 has in terms of content. Like, how utterly ridiculous is that? It's brilliant and I love it, but it's just like, there's so much content! And I want to show it off, all of it. I mean, at least it's not like a 100-hour long game, including extras. That would drive me potty. Especially considering, like, I've done an over 100-part game before, because that was Tales of Symphonia. But that, as a game, only lasted about 30-odd hours. Maybe a little bit more, and I think the reason it lasted so many parts was just because that was the way I ended up kind of cutting it up. But it was a little bit insane. I was about to say, Jeanne, it'd be very, very, very nice if you could, you know, actually attack rather than just charging up your blades. Be useful, but she finally actually did it, so that's good. Now, I believe that our next verse is one of the random unlockable ones, because that's always fun. Or not, maybe it's the next verse. I don't really know anymore. I can't even remember what the verse that isn't Sapientia actually is. That's really bad. But once again, we get to see the worship verse. Did you miss it? You're going to be seeing this once more in this video, and then apart from a little short segment on the Halo farming technique, which you should definitely use should you want to purchase the Platinum ticket and take on the Altered Secret Dahad evil boss, then you'll see it again there. But after this video, and obviously its appearance in the different climax difficulty runs, it's not going to be seen again, which I'm incredibly grateful for, because I have nothing to say about it at this point. Like, I seriously have nothing to say about it at this point, other than perhaps, really, if you want to get the most out of it, do just go for the Climax 3-star run, because it's the point at which you're going to be able to get the most halos out of it. Both in terms of combo, because it's going to take you longer, and you'll therefore end up with the 9,999 times 9.99 combo thing, and just keep adding to it, thereby potentially gaining hundreds of thousands of halos. But also it means that if you win, which if you get that kind of high combo score you will do, and yes, there it is! We get to fight against Labalas! So yes, so that wonderful infernal demon that has been our partner throughout this game, we actually get to battle him. And what's really cool is that he does just sit there until you attack, and then he gets violent. Now, if you want to know kind of why did we never fight him in the actual game, I don't know, I guess they just thought, well, we're working alongside him in this game, we've already forced them to fight against infernal demons from the last game, so there's no point in making them fight infernal demons from this one. But also, its entire moveset is based upon Golem's moveset for when it has its kind of dog form. Essentially, it's its Labalas form, because Golem goes into the forms of different demons. So in the first game it had a Fortitudo form, and a Scolopendra form, and a Phantasmarine form, and so on and so forth. And in this game the Golem has Labalas, Mictantethli, Kuthli, has the weird sword one, which I think is Diomedes. Yeah, it has to be Diomedes. Amongst a few others, but those are kind of the primary ones. But yes, so, with that, and having completed Witch Trial 4, that means that we have absolutely all of the verse cards. Obviously you saw the Bewitchment unlock when we beat Witch Trial 4, but at this point we do have everything. And you will be seeing the Sapientia verse very, very, very shortly. We've just got to finish this round. And then after that we get what is probably my favourite round of tag climax I have ever participated in. You'll see why. It's wonderful. Something that I kind of want to point out, it's a little bit of a weird thing to point out, but I'm really not a fan of the cape on the nun outfit. It's just a bit too big. And in certain moments it can just get in the way a little bit. It's more sort of whenever you're just randomly running, and also in certain cutscenes if you are wearing it during the main story. Just gets in the way and makes things a little bit ridiculous. And as you'll see, the main reason for that is because the cutscenes are made for Bayonetta in her normal costume. That's what they were envisioned for, and so they don't really take into consideration what happens when you wear other outfits. But having said that, it can lead to some rather amusing situations. So there's that, and once you have beaten the game on third climax, you unlock Rosa to play as, so you get to play as Bayonetta's mother. And right now we are going to play the Sapientia verse. You are only going to see this verse in this string because I kind of ended up dying later on in this round, and then I was just like, I am not doing another round of Tag Climax. I am done with this damn thing until I have to do my Halo farming, which, not realising, just play the normal bloody chapter. So it's exactly the same as it was in Chapter 14, so it's not that bad. Although he is a wee bit aggressive, and obviously you can't use any items, so potentially this could be difficult, but it is still one of the easiest verses to get kind of Halos from, so it's worth it. So that's that. And now we get to kind of actually play as Rosa. Now you are going to see the awkward thing of, I think, the Sapientia verse is not going to be unlocked once again here. Yeah, because I recorded this particular bit before I recorded the Sapientia verse bit, because it was before I recorded Witch Trial 4.
Oh, you want to play with Bayonetta?
So that's that. But it is after I finished with Third Climax. And Rosa is amazing. Like, she is easily, well, she is the most powerful character in the game. Because her damage modifier is like, I think she does 3 times more damage than Bayonetta, which is insane. However, the drawback of this is that Rosa takes about, I think it's 3 times as much damage as any of the other characters. So it's a real major risk-reward strategy with Rosa. It's insane. But I'd say the reward is most definitely worth it. And I would say that she is probably the primary reason that most people will have managed to defeat the optional boss. Because she's hard. Well, she's a challenge to play as. The other kind of intricacies of playing as Rosa is that she can only use her revolvers, which are called Unforgiven, which have the combo kind of setup of Scarborough Fair, but they have a really powerful shot. So if you hold during the middle of a combo, then it's redonkulously powerful. And also, if you go into Umbran Climax, she will go into the Umbran Armour, meaning you don't need the Earrings of Ruin to be able to do that. So she's insanely good. Like, well and truly insanely good. And why did I say that this was my favourite round of Tag Climax I have ever participated in? Well, as you will see, I'm doing remarkably well. Especially considering this is the first time that I have ever played as Rosa at this point. like, when I recorded this. I'd never touched the character before because I'd just unlocked her. And I was just kind of in awe at how good she is. And kind of when you're playing well as Rosa, it's bliss. It really is. And I'd say sort of I do slightly enjoy playing as Rosa more than I enjoy playing as Bayonetta. I think it's just because you do more damage. Not so much of a fan of taking more damage. In fact, that probably made a certain set of recording for this game far more challenging than it was worth. And I probably would have had a much easier time had I played it with Bayonetta.
Nothing can contain me.
But still. Also, you may have noticed we're getting quite a few pure platinums in this run. Like, every verse so far has been a pure platinum. I wonder whether I can actually pure platinum a round of Tag Climax. That would be nice, wouldn't it? Also, I hate this verse with a passion these days. There's just something about these guys' drill that I just hate. It's just sometimes slightly too difficult to read, and when I can't read stuff, I get a little bit miffed off. It's generally the whole thing of I want to be good at the gameplay, therefore I get frustrated when I'm not, and so kind of it all gets a little bit messy. And now I have absolutely no idea what I'm thinking. I should just go for something nice and simple. Not too challenging, but just a nice way to tie off Tag Climax. Because God knows I've needed it. To be perfectly honest, I am absolutely shocked that I've managed to ramble my way through what is kind of potentially like 2 hours worth of Tag Climax footage and like actually hardly stop talking. Like, I don't talk that much. Also, we've finished all of the Tag Climax parts, and oh my god. Well, we won for starters. I got a pure platinum! Ah! But that's Tag Climax done. Time to move on.